All right, we've got a really good one today. So I watched this one in person, and this was really a great show from all of the players. We've got on the close side Lindsey Thomas and Eli Weiner against Ruby Lee and John Hendrickson on the opposite side. We got Lindsey kicking it off. Nice drop. Some thinking. And then Ruby just hit that one a little wide. So, quick point for Lindsey and Eli. Ironically, both of these teams were partners yesterday. So, John and Eli played the men's 5-0 bracket, and I definitely have one of their matches I'll be posting, so keep an eye out for that. And then Lindsey and Ruby played as female partners in women's 4-5. So, kind of fun to see the partner matchup here. Now we've got a really nice point developing. Ruby takes a swing, and Lindsey blocked it back pretty nicely and allowed Eli to get that pop-up to put away. So nice finish for those guys. We got John serving. And a really pretty line shot from John. Great play. So a quick point on the board for Ruby and John. So we got 1-1. Great snag from Lindsey there. John hit a really nice drive down the line, but Lindsey was ready for it and got it back and earned that point back. Oh, a short drop from Eli. That one missed pretty bad. He must have caught it funny. Didn't get a clean hit on that one. So 1-1-2. John with a nice rolling volley fourth to keep Lindsey back at the baseline, and she couldn't get that drop over to earn the net there. Nice third drive from John, and Lindsey tried to block it back, but just missed. I think she was trying to keep it away from John, which is the right play here. He is very effective with his aggressive plays through transition. As you can see on that last one, Lindsey and Eli got a little lucky on that ball hitting the baseline. You could tell both John and Ruby thought that ball was out the whole way. Ruby made a play for it, but with that net behind her, there wasn't a lot she could do there. So we got second serve, 2-1-2. Nice little drop from Lindsey there. She took control of that point by not allowing John to continue to be aggressive. So smart play from Lindsey, great shot. So they got the serve back, so it's 1-2-1. Eli serving. Nice deep return from Ruby, keeping them back. Lindsey and Eli trying to earn the kitchen, and then John hits just that perfect spot. Lindsey gets a great paddle on it and barely misses the line. So on to second serve. So 1-2-2. Nice return from John and great power. Lindsey couldn't quite get that one back. So Ruby and John are going to be serving, and 2-1-1. Eli has a really exceptional two-handed backhand. I could tell from watching him this weekend, he loves that shot, and he hits it great. Just kind of flicks it a little bit. It's really unique. John just going hard at Lindsey here. She's doing a great job keeping in the fight, and then she gets the ball. She can get over to Ruby and just misses it. Great hands from Lindsey there, though. Anybody that knows her and has played with her knows that that is one of her best attributes. She's got amazing hands. Got another drive from John. and a flicking speed up at Ruby, which she blocks. Eli tried to go behind John a little bit there, and John was on it. Great finish to that point, guys. So Ruby and John are making a little run here, and we're at 4-1. John serving. Kind of an odd missed return from Lindsay there. You can see she's not super happy with the way that the last few points have gone, and her and Eli opt for a timeout, which I think is a great idea. Ruby and John have made a few points in a row and really come out swinging, so a missed return, that's a perfect time to take a timeout. We've got some like serious wind noise in the recording. I've tried to turn it down a little bit, but we had that southwest fan. I don't know if you were at the tournament and caught that, but I enjoyed it tremendously. And just from our vantage point, we caught a little bit of the mist here on the court, but it's definitely created some wind noise for us. Southwest had a great booth. They had that fan with the mister and then free ices. So it was like 90 plus degrees, and I went over and got a blue raspberry icy, and the next like 4 people I ran into said, "Oh, you must have had a Southwest icy." I didn't know quite how bad it was, but I saw these little kids walking one direction with some ices in their hands, and then I saw them coming back towards me when they were done, and their entire faces were blue. Granted, it was probably just my lips and teeth, but I know that people probably had a little bit of a chuckle from that one. So we're back at 5-1. Great block from Lindsay there. We got some dinking between the girls. Eli reaches in and speeds it up, puts that ball away. Great play. Way to wait for that perfect ball. So Lindsay and Eli got the serve back here. 1-5-1. Got a drive from Eli, and Lindsay saw an opportunity to get aggressive with that ball, but just, I think, swung a little bit early on it. If she had just gotten a little closer to the ball, she might have had it. So we got second serve. Nice drop. Good speed up from Eli there, and a finish earned the pop-up. So Lindsay and Eli have broken their streak of being on 1, and we've got 2-5. Nice drop from Lindsay. Oh, and we got a ball coming over. So we'll replay that point. We got John keeping Lindsay back here, working hard at that. Eli steps in, gets a good drop, and John goes wide to Lindsay's forehand there, and she just popped it up a little bit. He took advantage, so nice point construction, John. So we've got 5-2. John with a pretty significant poach there on the short return, which is a great play, but the direction that he went, Lindsay was able to send that ball wide behind him, and he wasn't able to get back in time. John plays a really aggressive, moving game, and it works for him. But every once in a while with that like high risk, high reward play, you get caught. So Lindsay and Eli have the serve back. Let's see if they can put some points on the board here. A high drop from Lindsay. Ruby puts it away. Great shot, great angle. Looks like Ruby and John are staying on this point, and a drive to Ruby, but just missed it. Went wide a little bit from Eli there. So side out again. And a beautiful topspin drive from John that just dove after the net. So now we have 6-2, 1. Lindsay and Eli really need to stop these guys getting points on the board. A nice drive from John. Lindsay blocked it back pretty nicely, low, and then John just kind of went at her. He hit her in the right shoulder, and Lindsay actually changes her grip at the net. So if she incorporates a slide in her game, I bet she'll notice getting burned less on that shot. Got to get that call and fade. Some nice dinks going on. I can tell everybody's moving them around a lot. John tests Lindsay. She blocks it back. And then Ruby tried to reset that one ball. She did a great job, but Eli is so tall and has such a long reach. She just reached in and just kept with that aggressive play and finished the point. So it's going to be 7-2-2. Eli with that two-handed backhand again, and another drop from Lindsay. She's getting John on that. I love that play from her, specifically with John as her opponent, because he does drive a lot, and she's just kind of taken away his weapon of being offensive in the middle. Keeping him back with a lot of pace, and then Eli flicked that one up, just went too high, and John countered really nicely at Lindsay. She couldn't get it back. So we're still stuck at 2 here for Lindsay and Eli. They really need to get a point on the board to just break that cycle. And a really perfectly timed 6 shot by Eli down the middle. So Eli and Lindsay have now made it to 3. They've broke their streak of being stuck on 2 and hoping to make a play here for a little run. Drive from Eli, counter from John. Lindsay got that back nice and low. But then John just comes with so much force, popped that last one up, and he put it away. So I've played on the opposing side from John, and I have an affectionate nickname for him. I told him the other night that he's Bullet to me, and he's got some really tough drives, tough speed ups, good hands, just all around really great at the fast game. So we had a little hands battle there and just hit that last one wide, so it's going to be 7-3-2, Ruby serving. Another drive and a drop from Lindsay. An attack from Ruby, but I think Eli snuck in there and got involved and was able to hit down on the ball and got the better of him on that. So the serve's going to come back to Lindsay and Eli here, 3-7-1. Nice drop, step back shot from Ruby. She sliced that ball, kind of killed it a little bit. Lindsay wasn't able to get it back. We got a ball on the court, so we'll have to replay that point. Slice return from Ruby. Might have skipped a little bit on Eli there. We got 7-3-1, John serving. Really nice deep return and deep fourth from Eli. And I forgot to mention, John and Lindsay played as partners at the WPT tournament as well. They got gold together, and I know I have one of their matchups on the channel, so I'll make a note of that in the corner. Drive from John and a poach from Eli, perfect. And then John's just trying to keep it away from Eli, go to Lindsay, and he just pushed it a little too far. Nice drop to earn them the kitchen there. And then Lindsay's getting a little aggressive with Ruby. And Eli saw the right opportunity to strike and took that ball, finished the point. So they've got another point on the board, 4-7. We're not on a cruise ship, folks. We just had a little bump on that tripod. John keeping him back and then pulls a Lindsay move. But Eli was there. We got a scramble here, and Lindsay just couldn't get that last one back. But great fight. Got the crowd cheering for you. Great shot from Ruby to set that ball up for John to put away. She just added a little bit of spin to it and hit it low at Lindsay's feet. Nice lob. Nice little combo play from John there. The lob and then the drive. But Lindsay handled it well, and then Eli's getting involved. And a nice drop shot. Ruby couldn't get there. I don't blame her for staying back on that one. It's a really hard ball to read if the person's good at it. Like, I've seen people attempt to do it where they want to pull you into the net after keeping you back. And, you know, it has to be hit well. Otherwise, it's just inviting your opponent into the kitchen. But Eli and Lindsay both have pulled it off really nicely in this match. So I'd like to see them continue to do that. Nice punch shot from Lindsay to keep Ruby back, but she was able to drop that next one. And then Eli just reaching in, getting aggressive, throwing it up at Ruby, earned a pop-up, and was able to finish it. So now we have 4-8. Nice drop from Eli. John pulls the trigger on Lindsay, and then Ruby got a good paddle on that next one. Hit down on it and just kind of neutralized the threat. Nice power from Ruby there. Lindsay got it back, and then John giving her a taste of her own medicine, and she got there, but he finished that with a lot of force, just really far away from where Eli was, so not a lot you can do there. Just a well-constructed point from John. Nice drop from Ruby. She likes that forehand volley, like slice dink. Then John takes a speed up off the bounce right at Eli. So I got another point on the board, 9-4-1, Ruby serving. Nice overhead from Lindsay. She went way to the far back corner where Ruby was, and that's a tough ball to get back. A net lick. Ruby gets it back, though. Nice reset from Ruby. Oh, and Lindsay was just going for it there and hit it into the net. The ball on distraction might have played a role, but we'll never know. So we've got game point 10-4, John serving. We got a lob to Lindsay. She deals with it. A lob from Ruby. Great track down, Eli. Great block. John's hitting that with so much pace. A scramble, and Lindsay fought to get that last one back. What a great fight. I think we just need to watch that point again. and the crowd goes wild. These games were pretty long, so I'm going to post this one, and then go ahead and subscribe if you want to be notified when Game 2 drops. So keep an eye out for that regardless, and we'll catch you next time.